St Thomas More School, ladies and gentlemen. The Toowoomba Anglican School. We will commence our mid-morning service from the Toowoomba down to the south and looking to park here. Now, before the formal commencement of today's service, would you just please note the following housekeeping points. Please note throughout today's service, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to switch off your mobile phones or turn them to silent. I think we need to improve that for next year. It's a bit of a mouthful. Toowoomba Council AnzacDay Toowoomba program are the keywords, ladies and gentlemen. Or if you'd like to grab a hard copy of programs, they're available from the orange uniformed SES staff mingled throughout the area here today. We invite you to families, their sacrifices, and to pay gratitude to all who have served so that we may appreciate and enjoy the freedoms that we have today. Of Anzac forces at Gallipoli. We'll now formally commence our service with the sounding of the alert. Ladies and gentlemen, for those able, would you please stand? Parade Commander, please bring the parade to attention. Then Bugler, would you please sound the alert? Ladies and gentlemen, may I please ask you to remain standing as the Toowoomba Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Parade Commander, please stand the parade at ease. I'd now like to call on Mr. David Milan.
We, the people of Australia, respect and give thanks to all who have served in our Defence Force and their families. We acknowledge the unique nature of military service and the sacrifice demanded of all who commit to defend our nation. We undertake to preserve the memory and deeds of all who have served and promise to welcome, embrace and support all military veterans.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join in the singing of our first hymn, O God, Our Help in Ages Past, led by the High Altitude Harmony and the Harlexton RSL Brass Band. Student Daisy authored an extensive and well-researched thesis on the Kokoda and Milne Bay campaigns of World War II, which has been widely acclaimed. In addition, she's organised a slide presentation at the Crow's Nest Library, which included a detailed account of the actions of local hero John Alexander French, VC, at Milne Bay on the 4th of September 1942, which subsequently led to him being awarded the Victoria Cross. Daisy has displayed initiative, courage, honour and perseverance while conducting her research, characteristics which exemplify the spirit of Anzac, and the Toowoomba RSL is proud to honour her today. Presenting the award is Mr. Lindsay Morrison, a Vietnam veteran and veteran of the Battle of Long Tam. Please show your applause once again. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Daisy. Well, folks, I'd now like to call on Sam Freer, who is a senior student at Toowoomba Grammar School, to deliver the main address for today's 2023 Anzac Day service.
Good morning. Every year, on the 25th of April, Australians from all over the nation and even the world gather to celebrate and commemorate the lives of those who have served our country. We appreciate their sacrifices as their efforts have forged the pathway for the future of our great nation, and they have granted us our very freedoms and the great liberty in which we can live each day. Regardless of race, ethnicity, age, gender, social class, or political affiliation, we come together as one nation, one people, to commemorate our fellow Australians. It is one of the only events on our national calendar that stands with an absolute certainty of its purpose, to commemorate the sacrifices made by our servicemen and women.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just had to hold Sam there as we look to the skies. MRH-90s and Chinooks from the Republic of Singapore Air Force and the Army Aviation Training Centre OP. Thundering through the skies there. Would you please show your applause and representatives from
Remembrance of our fallen, yet also of those who have served or are currently serving our nation. One such serviceman who perfectly embodies this notion of Anzac spirit is Sir Harry Chevelle. He was a Toowoomba Grammar School old boy of 1881 and 1882, and was the first Australian to be promoted to the rank of General. Most notably, Chevelle was posted as the commander of the 1st Light Horse Brigade, where he commanded many unbelievable tactical feats of which were crucial to Australia's campaign throughout World War I. Under his direction, the brigade faced many setbacks in attempting to capture the Palestinian town of Gaza, where it seemed a near impossible feat. And after much travesty and illness, his regiment...
We thank you for these moments to focus again on those who risked and even sacrificed their lives for the freedom of their generation and those to come. Help us to be challenged by their love, devotion, and selflessness. Help us to sacrifice some of our pleasure, greed, and interest.
Today, on the 108th anniversary of the immortal landing at Gallipoli, this meeting of citizens in Toowoomba expresses its loyalty and devotion to the King of Australia, King of Afghanistan, and peacekeeping forces in Bougainville and the Solomons, and the ongoing NATO commitment to the Middle East area of operation. This coming together of citizens from all walks of life voices its heartfelt sympathy with the families of those who during the conflicts made the supreme sacrifice, and those who have consequently suffered as a result of their service to our country, Australia.
As the vigil is being changed, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned earlier that Legacy Australia is celebrating 100 years. In 1923, Legacy was formed in Melbourne by making a promise to help veterans' families carry on with their lives after the loss or injury of their loved ones. Toowoomba Legacy was formed in 1945, supporting widows and children of veterans of the Toowoomba and Darling Downs region. Today, Australia-wide, Legacy supports over 43,000 partners and children of veterans, and locally, Toowoomba Legacy supports over 330 widows and 16 children. Legacy is very grateful for the community support that allows it to continue the work for the families of veterans and those who have served our nation proudly. This is completing 4 years of training before becoming a qualified tradesman. Starting from the 39th intake in 1984, females were allowed to enlist, with over 118 signing up over the remaining time of the scheme. Over a third of Australian Army apprentices have participated on overseas operational service, both in warlike and non-warlike service, including in areas of operation such as Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Bougainville, East Timor, and in various UN peacekeeping missions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the lament will be played by our pipe sergeant. I now invite our piper, ode reciter and bugler to come forward.
They came with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years can.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Parade Commander will now stand the assembly at ease. Thank you to the choir and band. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shortly we will play the Royal Anthem, the New Zealand National Anthem and the Australian National Anthem, which will shortly follow before the formal conclusion of this morning's parade. Parade Commander, would you... Well, at this time we're moving into the conclusion of Well, ladies and gentlemen, please give a final round of applause as our main parade and veterans and families march off. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your applause going for the 7th Signal Regiment. And our wonderful youth from the local cadet units of the Toowoomba region.